Moments in your life that you still can't explain to this day.
I quantum jumped and didn't know it. It was a long trip to the mountains. I was an average hiker who enjoyed it occasionally. My 4 friends and I drove 2 hours to a fancy cabin with the intention of hiking first thing in the morning. Unfortunately for us, it was raining lightly. Nevertheless, we were so excited not to do it. It was just light rain after all. We were in our early 20s, we felt invincible. It didn't stop raining when we hiked. It wasn't bad. The trail wasn't difficult, just wet. That didn't deter us. We were young, we had energy. A little mud on our boots was nothing. When we reached a ravine, that's when things took a weird turn. As it was wet and slippery, my friends decided to just watch the view from afar. They were adventurous but also not stupid. And besides, pictures from a few meters away from the edge still looked wonderful. I, however, was not content to stay that far. This was my first time coming to that mountain. It was a popular place for hikers, and I had always been jealous of people seeing it for themselves. I wasn't going to hang on the edge, I just wanted to take a couple of good shots. It's also a flat terrain, so in terms of danger level, it's a 2 even while raining, which I might add had gotten a bit stronger, just a bit. While my friends were taking photos of everything, I walked closer. But before I even got to the edge, the rain suddenly stopped. Rain suddenly stopping when you're in the mountains isn't a phenomenon by itself. But it was weird when the sun appeared out of nowhere and shone so brightly in my face and my friends' incessant chatter suddenly stopped. When I turned around, they were gone. They couldn't have hidden in the split second before I turned around. But there were no other explanations for their sudden disappearance, so I thought they were playing a trick on me. I called them but got no response. I tried to ring their phones but there was poor reception. I noticed then that the ground was dry, and so were the bushes and trees. It was as if it never rained that day at all. I started to feel frightened. I cried for my friends, begging them to stop messing with me. No one answered back. After who knows how long, I decided to go back to our cabin. I was undecided at first if I should go back to how we went up the trail or just continue it. If I went back, I wouldn't have a problem in navigating the trail. But if I continued the path, I might encounter them on the way down. I wasn't familiar with the trail, but it looked like an easy enough one. It was a popular trail, so there must be other hikers as well. We saw some on the way up, so I would most certainly see some on the way down as well. But I saw no one, not one at all. I decided to continue the path in hopes of seeing my friends. I did not see them or anyone else. It was as if the mountain was closed to both humans and animals because I did not encounter any living thing at all. I remember that detail because I was feeling so sorry for myself and doubly sorry for being so alone. When I got to the foot and the nearby parking lot, our rental was nowhere to be found. Actually, there was no vehicle at all. The place was completely deserted. I quickly ran to the minimart beside the lot. It was open but no one was there. I was so scared but also too tired, so I collapsed on the floor, sitting there for a long time just to cry. I tried calling my friends again but for some reason, I still had no reception. The area had good cell reception before we hiked. It was getting late and I still didn't know how to catch a ride to the cabin. I started walking. It wasn't that far. I was tired of walking and crying. By the time I reached the cabin, it was already night and I was numb from it all. I entered the cabin and saw my friends setting the table for a takeout dinner. They greeted me as if they didn't leave me all alone at the mountain. I was astounded. They were acting like they didn't just subject me to a traumatizing event. I sputtered something about them leaving me. They didn't know what I was talking about. I was so tired of arguing with them. I just went to my room and slept. The next day, we were going to have breakfast and I opened up the conversation again. They insisted they did no such thing. I saw the photos they took. I was in every one of them. It wasn't raining in the photos. To say I was weirded out would be an understatement. I tried to insist once more what happened, but with the photo evidence, I couldn't make a case. No one believed me. They all thought I was messing with them. It has been 8 years since that day. Whenever I tried to tell someone my version of the event, they all thought I was just making it up. But I didn't make it up. I thought everyone was conspiring against me. But they also weren't. Both of our versions were correct. I swear I wasn't dreaming. I didn't even know what I went through was called then. I just heard about people talking about quantum jumping and I thought that fit what happened to me. Another friend offered me her theory. That I died when I was at the ravine and got a second chance in an alternate world. That's why in my friend's version and photos, it wasn't raining and I was with them the whole time. That sounded impossible but reasonable at the same time.
If you liked the story, please give it a thumbs up. Share the video and subscribe for more. Click the bell icon so you don't miss out on new videos. Thank you very much.